Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free. And it's 100% ridiculously easy to use. We find it really convenient for Night Moves Radio and our Cloverleaf Radio network. We record when it's best for us, and best of all, we can record on the go or at home. With this easy app, it makes doing our show so much fun and very easy. Anyone wanting to start a podcast? I suggest using Anchor. Perhaps it'd be a great starting point for you.
Blog Talk Radio.
This is Clarence Cloverleaf, welcoming you to Cloverleaf Radio. Remember, you can always dial in at 646-716-4378. We want to watch your language, please, as we are an all-ages program. But we would be delighted if you would sign up for a Blog Talk Radio account, should you so desire, as it will keep you connected with us. And you can always download the newest episodes for free.
Hey, this is Denise Poirier, Eon Flux.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Grau, owner of the legendary Mark Grau Voiceover Studios in Burbank, California, and also a voice actor known for narrating Alaska State Troopers, also the voice of Mr. Zircon in the...
All righty, we are back for another exciting edition of Cloverleaf Radio. I'm the host of the most, Jimmy Falcon, and it's an absolute honor to welcome actor W.F. Bell to the show. How's it going, W.F.?
Hey, doing pretty good, man. And yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. I love the initials because I've always been a big wrestling fan. So, man, WWF, WF, you're just about there.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm shooting for.
Well, how's the weather down your way? We've been getting rain up here in Illinois for days on end.
Well, it's doing pretty good, man. It's warming up. We're about mid-80s today, so it's looking pretty good for us.
Very cool. Well, going into the acting, what made you want to become an actor, and how did you get your start?
Well, it's pretty interesting, man. I actually, when I was a kid, I've always had a fascination with like movies and TV and stuff, and I've been a horror fan since I was about 5. My folks had, The Exorcist on, and I was kind of hiding behind the couch watching this thing, and I was kind of hooked since then. And I've always wanted to be a part of, any kind of a horror production. And I think it was around 2014. Rob Zombie, he did like a Kickstarter crowdsourcing type thing for his movie 31, and I participated. And when I got out there, he actually casted me for another role. I got to play one of the goons and got to do some stunt work and roll up one of his main actors and stuff like that. And, pretty much I was hooked after that. And I'd moved down to Georgia and just started applying for stuff. And, a lot of it's, just considered extras work for now. But I've recently landed an agent, and I've been auditioning for things and doing some independent stuff as well. So it's a, slow and steady process for me. But, it's just something I've always wanted to be a part of. I've always enjoyed the art of storytelling, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So. Yeah, very cool. I'm sure, Rob Zombie, getting to do that with one of your first things, that would be pretty awesome working with him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. Absolutely. Very talented. Lots of great horror films out of his work as well there. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I wanted to bring up The Walking Dead. I know you can't bring too much to the table, but I did want to know, I was curious how you got your start and maybe what some of your fond memories have been. Well, same thing. When they do their announcements, it's pretty vague. They don't really tell you where or when. They just say, hey, we need, 20 big bearded guys, and I just started applying for stuff. And then I finally got an email saying, okay, well, this is what this is for. I kind of felt like Rudy when he finally got accepted to Notre Dame. I was like, shocked and excited and all that good stuff. But I had applied for casting calls that were like that several times, probably, I don't know, at least half a dozen, and I kept getting bypassed. So I finally got the one, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm glad I got picked up when I did, or otherwise I would have been killed off a long time ago. I would have been like in the initial stages, and I would have been like, one episode and done type thing. But the timing was perfect, and it just, ironically, I ended up being part of that core group that's, was there for the, the big deals, with Abraham and Glenn, and, I've been participating since the end of season 6, and my 10th episode over the past 3 seasons just aired this past Sunday night. So
very cool. Yeah, man, Walking Dead has such a giant fan base. It's been on for a long time. It's got a great cast and a great plot to it. So I'm sure that's just a really awesome opportunity being on one of the great shows of this generation.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of cool to think about it in terms of, 30 or 40 years from now when, reruns of it's playing on whatever TV land or whatever it is. Like my great grandkids are going to see their great granddad on there. That just kind of immortalizes you a little bit. It's just kind of a cool thing to be a part of. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's I think the best part's just the makeup and all the special effects that goes into it. It's kind of the best part. It makes you kind of act like reality's not quite all the way there.
Oh yeah, they do a really good job with the practical stuff. I was pleasantly surprised at how much of that was actual practical effects versus CGI. Because I've been out there for some pretty intense scenes. I was there for Glenn and Abraham. I was there for Spencer. And yeah, they really they bring it strong when they're trying to give you the visual on that. So.
Oh, very true. And of course, typecasting seems to be one of the things that goes on in Hollywood. And with a biker/prisoner look like you have, have you found that happens at all?
Yeah, all the time. But the key word is cast. It's I feel really privileged and honored anytime somebody looks at me enough to say, hey, yeah, we'd like to bring you out here for this. And because it's tough for some people, man. I know some folks that have been applying for things for a year and a half, and just unfortunately they can't get picked up for some reason or another. So I think I'm just very lucky to have this look that people like for that sort of thing. So I plan on keeping it for a while. I think it works all right for me. I don't mind being typecast. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess as long as like you said, as long as you're getting cast, that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and somebody asked me the other day, well, hey, what's your favorite role been so far? I was like, well, the next one, whatever the next one is, that'll be my favorite role. As long as I can keep it going, that's going to be my favorite one. So.
That is a good answer. Well, something I just noticed today that I didn't see when I made the flyer is it says you are going to be in the new Halloween film.
Yep, just a tiny little spot in there, but that's I got to sneak in there and do a little scene, and that was pretty cool. Just anytime you get to be on set with a horror legend like Jamie Lee Curtis, that's always a good thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was a pretty awesome opportunity.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always grateful for that sort of opportunity. So.
Yeah, and I know it's making a lot of talk around the internet, so people are really looking forward to seeing the finished product. It's really pretty cool. Absolutely,
yeah. I've been reading some of the synopsis and not the reviews, but just the chatter about it and stuff like that. So it's definitely getting a lot of attention.
Absolutely, a true Hollywood legend in Michael Myers.
Oh yeah. I was really hoping to be a victim. That would have been awesome. But you know what? Maybe next go around.
Oh, there you go. That's something to look forward to. And I always like the final question I always like to ask everybody is, what does the future hold for you? I know you got a couple of things on the IMDb, but I'm sure some other stuff is out and about there for you.
Yeah, I've got a couple of projects I've actually been working on. I've been writing them. One of them is based on a true story of some stuff that happened back when I was in middle school. So I'm trying to figure out how to conclude that, and I've already got a couple of people I've met that I've already essentially approached them about casting them for it. It'd be essentially an independent film, and then a couple of my Savior buddies have been working on some projects as well that we're looking at starting to shoot here in the next couple of weeks, independent series. So I'm looking forward to participating in that. I have a main character in that one, and yeah, and then just, continual opportunities. Anytime my agent tosses me an audition, I'm taping some stuff to send to him, and, just always working for the next thing,
Absolutely. I always liked movies that are based on real life because they always seem to have more feel to them. You can get kind of thoughts of the characters and everything, so that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was I'm not going to give too much away about it, but it was just such a weird kind of creepy thing that happened. I don't even think somebody could, well, I mean, they probably could, but, just out of thin air pull a story like that. So I've got it all written down. I mean, we already got notes about what the wardrobe is, what the setting's going to be. Essentially, I've already seen the movie because I lived it. Now I just need to be able to translate it from what's in my head to what, the camera will pick up. So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. I've got probably maybe half of it written, with more ideas coming as I go along. But just, right now my hang up is the conclusion. How do I want to end this thing? So once I figure that out, then I'll start more aggressively pursuing getting it on film. So
very cool. I know you're going to be joining us April 28th and 29th down in Salem, Illinois for the Playing Comic Expo. That should be pretty awesome.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. I've driven through Illinois. I've never really spent any kind of time there, so I'm definitely looking forward to coming out and meeting everyone and sharing some cool stories, stuff like that.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good time. We got some Power Rangers cast coming and a bunch of others, awesome. So it should be a good time. Thank you so very much, WF, for joining me today, my friend. Best of luck in your career.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Not a problem. Have a great night.
All right. Take care. We'll see you the 28th.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, bye.
All righty. If you guys just happen to join us, interview today, but that's all right because my questions got answered the way I wanted them to, and of course looking forward to my next event, Salem 20 Comic Expo, April 28th to 29th in Salem, Illinois. Should be a good time. As I mentioned, the Power Rangers are going to be doing a 25th anniversary reunion with some of the cast members. One of my alumni, Playboy Playmate, WWE diva Christy Henry is going to be there, so it should be good seeing her again. And, of course, it'll be great meeting WF and talking to him. So I don't have any other Cloverleaf shows scheduled for the moment, but I do have rescheduled the Rift Network Hollywood Connection show from Tuesday that went awry. It will be April 10th at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, with actor Jay Christopher from Straight Outta Compton. So it should be pretty cool talking to him and my lovely co-host, Jane Clark Smith, as well. Thank you, everybody, as always, for listening. Have a great night.